Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Career Mode, episode number 86. We're at the Giro d'Italia. It's stage 8, so we're almost into the middle of the Giro. And currently, we've got Remco Evenepoel placed 3rd. Our objective is a top 5 finish. He's entering this stage with a +4. The objective bonus, preparation bonus, outstanding performance in the general classification bonus, and his attribute recovery helping him out. So it looks good as we head into it. And of course, he's surrounded by a team of riders who are also in good shape entering this one. So stage 8, 196.5 kilometers. It's a pretty lengthy stage, but it all comes down to one climb. However, I think that's slightly deceptive. It comes down to more than just one climb. I think it's going to come down to stamina being a factor, as it is definitely on the longer side, though certainly not 250 kilometers or even 230 kilometers, but at roughly 200k, stamina is going to play a little bit of a role. And then, more than just the final climb, you can see there are 2 definite uphill sections that don't have any rest and recovery periods before them, just before that final climb. So from the sprint point at 150k, that final 50 kilometers is up, flat, up, flat, up. I think those 2 uphills will be a little bit of a factor, and we need to make sure that we are in position and ready long before we hit those points. Of course, my standard tactic, that uphill or the protect kind of mode, is what we're going for, but there's no time to leave the field behind.
The first 40 kilometers of the 208-kilometer route are up along the coast to Policastro Busentino. Then it's inland for a hilly 70-kilometer across the Cilento and back to the coast at Agropoli. From there, the riders follow the coast once again for 40 kilometers until they reach Salerno. Then they climb gently inland for almost 41 kilometers to the town of Mercogliano, where they begin the ascent to 1,260 meters and a finish on the Monte Vergine. This final 15 kilometers are not particularly demanding, and so a climber with a good turn of speed could claim a stage victory.
Breakaway at the front! The breakaway has now got over a minute on the pack.
Straight into a steep uphill through tunnels here. Sure nobody's too far back. We're okay there. Finally hitting the top here. Whoa. Look what just happened. It's not going to last. It will be covered off, but Evenepoel and McNulty both winding up in what was essentially the breakaway. There you go. Now it's back together. A little bit of chaos early on in this stage, and fatigue already setting in within the peloton. See a little bit of a sitting up now in the peloton. Still Nibali in control. Yes, Vincenzo Nibali in control. How old is he now? 80? He's down to 73, 73, and oh, it's Antonio Nibali. It's not Vincenzo.
Uh-oh, the gap is widening. It's now more than 2 minutes. The peloton seems content to let it grow.
Yeah, 3 minutes and things are finally settling down. Peterson, we need you to protect. McNulty. Felty's still coming forward. And you're either going to protect Dianigi or Mader or Gottwald. Second climb of the day. A lot of easy climbs along the way, but not an easy stage so far. Okay, so Felchi's a 73. Dianhigi has a nice 72, but that's definitely not enough. So Mater, ooh, a 77. Nice. All right, so Evenepoel, of course, our main man, the one we keep an eye on. He is sitting in third place, 44 seconds behind. And today, 83 mountain rating, 80 on the stamina, 81 on the resistance. And that hill rating does matter a bit today. It's a 78. Put a little more effort in there just in case things pick up at some point. We are going to need to get water soon. It looks like we're just about out. And who's our guy to go get that? Garfield? Be hard with this climb. Can we get to the top of this one? I don't know if we're going to make it another 20k before getting water, but we'll see if we can. Yeah, there's not much of a chase right now. Fetch water bottles kicking in. Still 15k to go on where I want it to be. Let's see if we can get it down to 130. There we go. Send Garfield now over the top, so he's not working too hard. And he's got the water before everyone else has to go back and get it. And it's at 124. That's not bad. But the only thing is we don't want it to be right at 60 either. We want it to be, I suppose, right before that sprint point. Or just after, within about 50k, so we can at least have the water to get up that final climb, not run out early. Condition looks good. And who are our two guys that we're going up against? Dion Smith, we're not worried about it. It's Carapaz. And Carapaz, his hill rating's not great, so that's good. He shouldn't be able to ride away. His stamina's really low, it's 65. So that could affect Carapaz today. This could be a good day for us. I mean, of course, he's got that 83 mountain rating, and it's going to be hard to get away from him. But he might struggle right at the end. May. I'm not saying it's likely, especially as we play on hard difficulty. He's still got good resistance, but lower stamina means those final kilometers are going to wear on him a bit more. Not a great hill rating, so again, those final kilometers are going to wear on him a bit more than they would on others. We're now down to 52k, and we're approaching that sprint point, so Garfield's going to go ahead and do his thing. And we're through the sprint point. He is not yet done, though. There you go. And already we're on that first hill section. This isn't the top of it. Just a little bit of undulation to it. Still going up. Can't be dropping back too far here, guys. Okay, we're okay. Just about to the top of the first one. One last little uphill. Nathan Brown attacking from the break. 6 riders up there. Okay, we're over the top of the first. Little bit of damage done. Garfield feeling it a bit more. Felchi feeling it a bit more than the rest. Things are going to ease off. I think Evenepoel, McNulty will see slight recovery, which could maybe get them right back to 100%. Okay, that's good. I'm going to ease off just a little bit. There's a little time to recover before that climb. We don't want to go in too hard here. So we'll try to see if a 73 is sufficient. 40 seconds, and we're bringing in those 6 riders right now. Seeing a bit of an acceleration by Frele. Okay. Steepest section here.
Uh-oh, the pack is quick in the pace.
McNulty's the furthest back right now. But we're just about to the top here. It's starting to level off anyway. Venepoel's right there. He's losing his guy though. Garfield is slipping back, so he's lost protection as we do crest it. Okay, so McNulty, now you can speed up. Actually, now they can all speed up. Bring it back forward. Alright, McNulty's still the furthest back. Pedersen is protecting him. That's the only reason why he's here. So getting back into position. McNulty is not full strength here, and this is what I was talking about. These two little climbs have done some damage, and the peloton's already down to 62 riders. So we left a lot of riders behind before we ever got here. The most important part is that Evenepoel's in good shape. Others, though, yeah, not as much. 15k to go. And I think this is just about the top. So I'm going to take all... no. No, Pedersen too. Dianigi, Felci, they're going to wait just a little bit longer here. Okay, now I'll do theirs. I don't think we're in a position to just go win the stage or anything. So I am trying to... There we go. Gels are starting to kick in. Right defensively. Alright, on to the climb. 11k, 7%. Here we go. And it's back to 124 riders. Now, I'm in a prime position right at the front. Am I not? Other than Garfield. Okay. Garfield's out. You're on auto. Everybody else. Select them all. Back to Garfield. Do your auto. And then... It's 10k. Evenepoel, you're going to follow McNulty. It's going to follow Gottwald. Going to follow Dianigi. No. Sorry. Mater. Felci. Pedersen. Pedersen is going to start putting a herding into the field. Because why not? We're right at the front. The road's wide. And we can do some damage here. I think there's a chance of winning this stage today, considering Evenepoel's condition and the type of stage that it is. 8k to go. Don't like having Evenepoel this far back, but right now it's got us in a strong position. Felci, Dianigi approaching the end. Okay, we're seeing our first acceleration. Ivan Sosa. Felci. Just pick up the pace a little for us. There you go. Oh, I like that. Team leader falling behind already. Okay. Mater, we're going to use your gel. 6.2k to go. And on to Gino Mater, who is a 77-76. It's very balanced. So I think we can hold a pretty good tempo. It's 5.8k. He can take about a 87. I want these three guys turned to auto. There we go. And Gino Mater takes over. Again, with just 40 riders left. And 5k to Evenepoel's still in a really strong position. Down to 28 riders. Riding a lot of these guys off our wheel. Evenepoel's still looking really strong. McNulty, Gottwald are hanging in there. 4k to go. And Mater, gel kicks in. Gottwald, use your gel. Down to 22. And the road's gotten skinny. So now our position matters a lot. Mater's done. Otto. Got walled. Okay, 3.4k. That's still a ways to go. We'll set you to an 89. Right now the pace is enough to really control this thing. 21 riders. Okay, up the tempo. Because here comes the other guys, the contenders. 2.4k. Really up that tempo a little more. 2k to go. Got walled. There we go. Still a little further. 1.5k. Evenepoel just barely starting to tire out. McNulty's not going to last much longer though. Last 12 riders. How's your hill speed? A 78. Okay, 95. Who's left? Bennett. Yates, Quintana, Fulsang, Lopez, Sosa, Formolo, Kamnev. Kwiatkowski's been dropped. Toynes, Martin. Guess who's not here? Carapaz is not here. Okay, McNulty. Lead him out, buddy. 1.1k. 99 for you. Okay. And here we go. Evenepoel, go win this stage. Down to 11 riders.
And there goes the mad burst for the final sprint.
300 meters. Oh, come on. Yates is so fast. No! Okay, well, second on the stage, but this is great for our overall position. He's going to get a small time bonus, and more importantly, I think who really is our top competitor on this one, we left him behind. There's your first 11. McNulty's still up there, so he'll be in the top 10. Oh, Gottwald's going to finish. Kwiatkowski's going to finish 12th. Gottwald's going to finish lucky number 13. There's Bernal. So Bernal. All of it, Sky riders are losing time. That was your first 3. Grosschartner. There's Martin. Toynes. Here's Carapaz. Carapaz is 240 behind. Bardet. Martinez. Mater. We're going to be in the lead of the race. Argudas. Here's Thomas. Egg. Sivakov. I mean, that is a ton of really strong riders losing significant time. Moss, Mohoric, there's Knox, Landa, Zakarin, there's Smith, who is the race leader. So he's finally coming in. We're already 7 minutes, and we are still getting strong, lots and lots of strong riders crossing. Here you're finally starting to get just run-of-the-mill guys just now coming across. Oh, my mind is blown right now what we are currently pulling off. I don't know if we can win this race, okay? I do not know if we can win this race. I don't want to jump to conclusions yet. But we're going to have the jersey, and our form is fantastic. And we've brought the right team. I thought maybe that top 5 that we have to have for the sponsor. I was going like, yeah, we can take it, right? We can do that. I think we can manage a top 5 in this race with Evenepoel. I think he's capable of that. I think my team, I think we are capable of achieving that. And maybe a podium. We're not going to jump to any sort of conclusions yet on anything else. We have a 30-second lead over Adam Yates. George Bennett, 46 seconds. Lopez is 56. McNulty's in 5th place at 1:47. And then it starts to drop off. 2.5 minutes to Formolo. And Sosa, Kamnev, Carapaz is 2:48. So from virtual lead, technically second, down to ninth. Fuglsang at 3 minutes. Bernal 3:15. Jan Smith loses a ton of time, now 6 minutes behind in 15th. Of course, he just got it from being in the break and being a bit closer on time compared to everybody else. 1-2 in the under 25s. Ivan Sosa is under 25? What? He's 23? Now? How many years are we in? We just did, 2 years Continental Pro? So this is season 4. Ivan Sosa was 19 in real life, now would be 20 years old roughly now. I mean, it's only April, so no telling for sure, but what? We got whole teams up here. Speaking of, we lead the team classification. And oh man, there's a lot of Giro still going on. We got our stage win for the MGN Tour of California. Paid out about $8,000. Our position wasn't great. We didn't ride for overall. We're doing that here. So our GC guys are all here. But the sponsor confidence is through the roof right now. And we're on to stage 9. It's another climbing stage. Let's just take a second. There's no big climbing stages again until 14. But there are still 6 of them left. Okay? There are still 6 left. In fact, that last stage was a hills stage. Wow. Okay. That was a very climby hill stage, but 218K. Again, that is good for us with the likes of Carapaz. Yates, though, that's another story. Holding off Yates is going to be tough. That's not bad. That's easy peasy. So is that, and that. That's rough. But if we still have the form, and it's still in a strong position, we'll be okay. Time trial will be good for us. That's easy. That's like what we just did, same distance. That's going to be a tough stage. That's going to be a really tough stage. Okay. There's a couple stages that I'm worried about. I'm kind of worried about this stage because of the length. I mean, we're talking 13, so 71 to the end is all uphill. It's not as steep here, but it's still uphill. So 47 kilometers uphill. Let's get to it. We're going to bust out one more stage for this episode. 2 big stages that are going to be very decisive for this race. It will not be decided by the end of today, but 10 gaps are really starting to open over big chunks of the field. So after this stage, we're going to have a pretty decent picture of who the contenders are. And if we still have the jersey at the end of this stage, then maybe then we can start talking about it, because now Dionigi and Evenepoel both +4s for today. McNulty's a +4. Again, the form is there. The team is good climbers given good form. Meaning we're still not like an Ineos squad, but we're certainly contenders.
Welcome to Pesco Sanita for the start of stage 9 of the Tour of Italy. The 224-kilometre stage is broken into 3, with an initial hilly 108-kilometer ride towards the first blue jersey point at Roccaraso. Then come a gentle 10 kilometers before the road slopes downwards for almost 60 kilometers. At Inesto, on the 177-kilometer mark, the road starts to rise again. First towards the second blue jersey point of the day at 1,190 meters in Calasio, and then up towards the finish on the Gran Sasso d'Italia at 2,135 meters. Those final 47 kilometers average out at 3.7%, but they harbour flat and downhill sections. However, the final 4.5 kilometers are over 8%.
It's only 8% there at the end, but it's the length. It's 47 kilometers, like I said. So did my math correctly there. 47K up. It's just up. And then up, and then it still goes up, and you get the point. It's going to be brutal. Garfield, nice condition today, buddy. And Mater. And Dianigi. Felchi, how we looking? Felchi's good. Gottwald's going to have a rough day. I think he's going to get replaced from his normal role. Yeah, he's 22nd overall, 8 minutes behind. So I'm not worried about him for anything. He's got a bunch of negatives today. So does Pedersen. So those guys, it didn't work out terribly well for today. But Garfield's a 77, Nader's a 77, and a 76 for Felchi. Wow, okay. Well, Mater's an obvious choice. You're going to protect him. Felchi and Garfield. Stamina. 78. Look at Garfield. 70, 77, 77. And Felchi is a 78 and a 79. He's, let's see, a 76 and a 77. While Garfield's a 77 and a 76. They're almost identical, but on any given day, Felchi's a better climber than Garfield, so I suppose we'll go here. Mater, are you not the guy today? 77, 76, that's the same.
The teammates of those in the breakaway are not going to make an effort. It's up to the other teams to get their fingers out.
73, 76 on the resistance is actually lower than these guys. So you know what? Cancel that order. Let's ride the wave. Let's ride the wave. Felchi and Garfield are our guys today. What? It's happening. Oh my goodness. There is a 29-man breakaway that has nearly 5 minutes over the field, and I'm guessing there are some strong riders up there.
The distance has definitely widened.
There most definitely are. I'm not worried about winning the stage. And other teams are doing the chase right now, but that's a big lead. I need to send somebody forward. Dang it, I don't want to send anybody forward. I'm loving this team today. Pedersen, you're our guy. Right at a 70, thank you. And somebody needs to protect Evenepoel now. Gottwald's the other one who's struggling today. You know what, let's do this. You're going to protect. Alright, time is slowly coming down, 5:50. You could actually slow it down a little bit. 5:30. Okay, right at 66. Now the time's staying about steady. Go ahead and rest up for a little bit. Okay, It's back out by about a minute, so time to send somebody to get water. Gottwald. Ewan is not feeling well today, so we'll use you. Gap's actually still growing, so we're going to have to step up the pace a little more than this. Water's done. 130k to go. Never mind. Now the water's done. Right before the top, I'm going to let him relax. Still 3.7k.
Counter-attack by Mullen.
He's slow on the climb. He's leading the way, Peterson is, even though he's not even near the front. Alright, go ahead and rest. 144 in the peloton, so it didn't drop anybody. He's only 64 in the mountains, so it was pretty slow up that climb, and nobody else was taking up the reins. It's 8 minutes now. Peterson is recovered. Back to the front. And work harder than before, please. Others are also involved in the chase now. That's good. But big group, big lead. They are not going to be caught today. Still 80k to go. Gottwald, go ahead and get water. This is not the last time we're going to need water. But after the Category 2 climb, I think that'll be a good time. It's mostly flat through there. Somebody will go get it. Peterson is taking turns at the front, but he is getting support. Leads down to 7.5 minutes. He's back to leading almost all of it through here. Not entirely. He is getting some help. And we're on to the base of the climb. Here we go. Category 2. Peterson is the one leading the way. There's the first rider we catch. And we've lost about 8 or 9 out of the peloton now. Peterson is already... he's toast. Somebody else is going to have to go up and lead this out in a second, as he is done. Use your gel. Try to hang on a little bit longer. Is that... oh, come on. Won't let me select him. Anyway. Okay, now Peterson's done. So we're going to send you to auto. And Gottwald was the one who was most tired. We're going to use your gel. Set you to a 75, which is going to be a pretty good pace. Or a better pace than Peterson was doing anyway. And who did you leave? Well, Felci is here, and you're going to protect Evenepoel. So, Gottwald now leads the chase back of the break and the thinning of the peloton. A few more riders have been reeled in.
Aha! He's trying to give his pals the slip.
Alright, Gottwald, I think we're going to have to start going a little faster. 78 now.
The riders are in a portion above 10%. The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with
Peloton is shrinking. And we're about to hit the top. This is where I'm going to back off slightly. Okay, we're going to go with 76. ND Nigi, go get water. One final time. 88 riders in the peloton. Ooh, Mater. Garfield, why are we back there? Garfield? I never saw you blink in red.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has
Alright, here we go. Uphill again. Let's get a little steeper out there. Gap's down to 620. Peterson's already out the back. And Gottwald's going to have to ride a little bit harder here. And... no, not yet. Not yet. We need that water. Dianigi that's getting it, and he's right here. Mader's also made his way back to the front. 78 now in the peloton. Dianigi's almost up there. And there you go. Yeah, we're down to 5-6 minutes on the break. So I'm pretty sure they're going to have a comfortable win today. Garfield, you've got to improve your position a little bit here. You're going to contribute. All right, Gottwald, how we looking? He is toast right now. Okay, we send you to auto. And Felci, you're going to take over. You were protecting Evenepoel. Dianigi's done. Use your gel. Use your gel. Garfield, protect McNulty. $20K to go. Felci's finally not alone in the chase. Dylan Toynes takes it up. Arquedes, there's Dombrowski. Lopez is moving up a bit. We gotta watch out. Make sure he doesn't attack. Just 63 riders now. Felci's done. Dianigi's already slipping out the back. Mader, use your gel. You're just right at the end. Gap's down to 4 minutes. No, we need to stay at 77. Things are going to ease off actually here for a little bit. Okay, through the low section. Evenepoel back to full strength. Okay. 14K to go now. Mader recovers a little bit. That's good for us. Little uphill. It's going to level off one last time. Through here. 10K to go banner. And it's time to do something. Actually, you know what? You're not going to be auto. Alright, here we go. Nolte following Garfield of all people. And then Gino Mader and Felci. Felci, you're going to give us a little acceleration here. But then it's going to be Mader's turn in just a moment. Yeah, Felci pulls us to the front. 7.6K to go. We cannot go fast, but it's also not that steep, and it really eases off there at the end. And Gino Mader's not going to last long either. Garfield, we're going to have to make sure we use his gel at the appropriate time, but here is the first attack. Bardet, Landa, okay. We got him. 6K to go. Garfield. It's nice and easy, buddy.
There are just 5 kilometers left. It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
5K now.
Swift acceleration by Matic Moric. Counter-attack by Landa.
Garfield, speed up a little more. There we go. That was a big attack that hurt a lot of guys. Okay, Garfield's done.
Counter-attack by Adam Yates.
Sorry, I didn't take care of you guys. you go. Alright, and Garfield's done. On to McNulty. It's 4K to go. Lopez right there is the front one to worry about. None of these guys have ridden away. They were all in the breakaway except Lopez. 4K to go. McNulty, we're going to use your gel. Vanderpool lost the wheel. This is not a separate group. He's off for a second. Let him catch you. There you go. Okay. Now you go. 2K to go. Vanderpool, use your gel. 2 riders away, and that's it. It's 1.4K to go. Evenepoel wasted energy chasing McNulty when they weren't actually apart from each other. Oh, this stage. Oh, this drives me nuts.
And they're off. It's going to be very fast.
Yates and Lopez get a few seconds on us because Evenepoel had to chase McNulty because a half a bike length went between them. We're going to take third on the stage. It's only 14 seconds, so it's not a big deal. But annoying. Which Yates was it? This was Adam. I'm going to have to start paying attention because Simon is way down the order, and last time they were both right there at the front. Simon takes 15th. Evenepoel had plenty of yellow bar, but his red bar was wasted closing that half bike length that McNulty had, even though McNulty was holding a steady speed. But the game suddenly decided that they were in separate groups. So Evenepoel, and it took me a moment before I caught it. So then McNulty had to sit up, lose what looked like more than a half bike length by allowing Evenepoel to close the gap before he was able to resume, and that's what allowed Yates and Lopez to ride away, even though we actually had it covered quite comfortably, and Evenepoel should have been able to ride off and win the stage based on where we were at energy-wise for McNulty and Evenepoel if he was just riding his wheel comfortably. And of course, all of that came down to that just moment there where, who was that, Bardet? Who rode between my 2 riders and cut him off. And that's what allowed what was at that moment a bike length to open up. And then Evenepoel was closing that 1 bike length. I should have cut it sooner and dealt with it sooner. I can't really get away with blaming that one on the game. Even if it was a bit illogical how that would have played out. McNulty was not pushing a 99. It was a 90, a 91. Evenepoel's faster and stronger. He should have been able to close that gap in a few hundred meters, not following for a K and a half, gaining a millimeter at a time. I hate looking back on this stage because of what's back there.
And here are the race highlights that we've selected for you.
But yeah, there we are. We had to fight through that group to get to the front, but yeah, we're okay. Okay, it's a few seconds. Adam Yates, Lopez, 13 seconds behind. McNulty was in the group. We do get the 4-second bonus here, so. And Carapaz is nowhere to be seen. So the general now, Evenepoel still leads. It is Adam Yates who's fighting for the GC. He's apparently the main one we've got to watch out for now. Yates and Lopez. George Bennett, I think, would fall off eventually. I mean, he's a 79. He's a good climber. But Stamina's a 66. How has he made it through these couple long stages and not lost time? I think we could beat him head-to-head. He's probably in form right now, though. Lopez is a definite threat. Not great on the time trial. Bennett's terrible on the time trial. Adam Yates is probably our toughest competitor at this point. It looks like he's in it to win it, but also we've got the advantage over all of them in the time trial. I mean, even McNulty's going to gain time on those guys in the time trial. I'm not racing for McNulty, though. He's always going to be a support. He's always going to get used. Hopefully he can keep a top 10. It'll be worth it for the points and the extra money, but he is still here to work for Evenepoel. Sosa, terrible on the time trial. Kind of surprising he's still around. Low resistance and stamina. Good young rider, though. Bernal, still riding for Sosa. Carapaz slips to 11th. Big gaps down here. I'm really surprised about Carapaz. But we have an advantage over every single one of the other contenders in the time trial. Evenepoel's an 80. So that's one day where we can really gain some time. So losing 13 seconds here, not a big deal. We've got to make sure we don't blow up and lose minutes. So we got to be smart. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.